There must be darkness before light can shine. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, and we are honoring those and those left behind who have given the ultimate sacrifice. So we the people, raise up your glass. There will be no fear here, where light is eternal. You have found the two-step tribe. Welcome home.
In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand, with no room for fear. Here's to the heroes remembered in song. With every sweet note, let our spirits grow strong. In unity, laughter, we'll rise and we'll pray for freedom and honor, come what may.
Hey, hey, hey. And I had to say it just like that because I knew I would get UncleRyano, my co-host over here tonight, giving me that grin like, oh, my Lord, child. What is up? It is Tracy Two-Step and UncleRyano. Tonight it is Two-Step Tribe Live. How are you, UncleRyano?
I'm gonna follow that with dynamite. Yeah, we're gonna ride it out. Yeah, my man JJ from Good Times. That's our in the spirit of Juneteenth for all humanity, for all of our tribe. Yes.
I love people. I like people that get along. I love music. I love humor, laughter, lyrics. So with all of that being said, man, we all have to reach out for each other and take care of each other as best we can and be kind, right? So I'm glad I'm here with you tonight.
Me too. And I will tell you, those shows, I actually had this whole discussion like about a month ago with some folks, some young kids, and they look at shows like The Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, Good Times, All in the Family, all those type of shows. They see those as historical records, right? And I was trying to explain to these kids, as impactful as all the marches were and everything, when we, the people, were trying to get ourselves back in a better, more correct path for all people while we were working on that, the marches and all that stuff. But one of the things that had the biggest impact that people never saw coming were those shows. And those shows came right into people's homes, and everybody saw themselves in that family that they were watching. And it was funny because it was so true that we all fight the same struggles and the same troubles. So the Jefferson, where he's hollering about Wheezy, and Archie Bunker yelling at Edith because she's probably telling him to do something he was supposed to do. And JJ coming in by the skin of his teeth yelling, dynamite, you know.
You can't forget Flo from the diner. You can't forget.
Oh, yeah, that was Alice. That was Alice, right?
Kiss my grits. And what the hell? Let's get on with the show.
She damn sure did. Yeah.
What the hell? Tonight, Two-Step Tribe. I'm glad we were able to do that. We want to say hello to all of you. Please share, get your friends, your family, your dogs, your cats, your rats, whatever it is. Share, like, come find us over here at Two-Step Tribe. That's the number 2. Don't spell it. It's Two-Step Tribe. Just like that. We're over here on YouTube, but we are on a broadcast, a network, and radio. So if you're tuning in through radio or an audio platform, go check us out on YouTube for Two-Step Tribe. I guarantee you'll want to see what UncleRyano ends up doing, or what our faces look like when we're saying these things. Because I got to tell you, UncleRyano, when I just said, hey, that's my normal thing. If you go back and watch shows, it just automatically comes out of me. And I remember you last time you said something to me, and I was like, I didn't even realize I was doing that, but I was like, yeah, it works for me. So hey, how you doing? Tonight we have got a tribe member in the house live coming to you. His name is Dan. Dan is also going to fit on a Wednesday show. So I've had a little bit of dialogue, not too much about music, actually more about his background. So everybody out there on every channel, stay tuned because we've got music and then we've also got some true stuff. True dat. Always over here on Two Step Tribe. We've got it. So I do agree with everything you're saying tonight, Uncle Rhino. You look great. You're in all black tonight.
I forgot about Sanford and Son. That's probably why I was inspired to play the harmonica. Yeah.
Hey, I love actually, listen, I didn't have TV or anything growing up. So it's like when I did get to watch something on a little bitty camper thing, you got to watch what was on. And so ironically, those are some of the shows I actually got to see. So I loved it, actually, to be honest with you. I really did. Okay, let's get into music. We are on a network, though, so we are definitely advertising for other people right now. Tonight, we have Dan, Uncle Rhino. So you've met Dan in person.
Yep, Dan Corio. He's super badass. He's a Springboard alumni.
Oh, okay. Yes. And so as I was talking with Dan, it's been more about when we do our True Story Wednesday shows and music, just as artists and me growing up in Nashville. And then we decided to get him scheduled in here. We had an opening. So Dan, I'm going to go ahead and grab Dan and bring him up on the stage with us tonight. Welcome to the show, Dan. What'd you get yourself into?
Trouble here, trouble there.
My man lost a bet. That rock, paper, scissors will get your ass. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Love it. So Dan, tell us a little bit here. So you are someone who was in the New York NYPD.
Yeah.
Scuba diving. I mean, I kind of want to go, but I'm like, stop. Let's let you tell me. So Dan, tell me just a little bit about that and let's jump into your music because I'm going to bring you back on a Wednesday show and let you discuss a lot about what you were doing there in New York.
Yeah, I mean, the quick overview was I got hired in 2000 and with NYPD, and I graduated the academy in May, and then 4 months later, September 11th hit. So I basically I was not there when the planes hit. I actually did a tour the night before till about 2 a.m. and then got up the next morning, got in, and I spent about the next year back and forth going down to Ground Zero and doing all that kind of stuff. So my first 6 years was basically in Manhattan on patrol, on midnights, doing the thing. And, obviously during Ground Zero, it was whatever the tours they had us doing. And then in 05 or 06, I saw, or probably about 05, I saw a buddy of mine jumping out of a helicopter, like a guy I was in the academy with, and it was something on the news. And I see some dude jump out of a helicopter. I literally had no idea that NYPD had that. I didn't know what they were. I was just like, whatever that is, I want to do that. And I called up and the guy was like, hey man, you got to be a certified diver out of the gate, like a recreational diver first before you can even try out. So he's like, because if you can't handle that, you're not going to be able to handle this at all. So I did. I got certified, got on the team, and I spent the majority of my career there with the scuba team doing like church rescue recovery, that type of thing. And then my last 2 years was spent with
right there in New York. So that's a lot of work. I don't think that his internet's going in now. I do not believe that people understand the extensive work that goes into doing that job right there, the scuba diving.
Yeah,
that's an extensive job on your body too, your lungs and all of that. So thank you to you for your service, of course.
Yeah. He was on a roll. Tell me where we pivoted after that, because you had me on the search, rescue, and recovery.
Yeah, then I wanted another challenge. So we have an emergency service unit, which is, they don't call it SWAT in New York. It's emergency service unit. And I wanted just another challenge. It wasn't better or worse. It was just different. And I tried out for them, ended up getting selected and going through another 8-month training period and then getting assigned to a truck. And then, so I did that. So I had a very fortunate career. I was very blessed, so.
Nice.
So how did you go from that to being a badass rock star?
So it's wild because I mean my brother and I always played music growing up. We would be like the kids. My uncles would play in bands, my cousins. So we would be these kids underage, like literally sneaking into venues by carrying their equipment, and we'd like carry the amps and then just hide, so we could stay in the bars and all this kind of shit. So most of my family was drummers, which is where Sean really kind of got his vibe from. And me, I was just always caught up with the guitar, man. Once I saw La Bamba, actually, I was kind of like, that was it. I saw that. I wanted to be Richie Valens. I thought I wanted to be. I actually thought I wanted to be Lou Diamond Phillips. I didn't realize.
Yeah, he backed you up, is what he did. Yeah,
and Los Lobos, but
yeah.
And then I think when I was going through everything with ESU, my father actually, my parents were split up, but my dad passed away during that time. And our big connection was music. And when I hit my 20 years with NYPD, that was my contract. You had to do 20 at that time. And I just hit it. And I think with how fast everything happened with him and everything like that, and the relationship kind of that was strained, I was like, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to go full in on music and just do this thing. And I don't know what it was. It was just something I was doing as quasi-professional. But then when that kind of happened and I hit my 20, I was like, man, I'm going all in. And that was it.
So you've been in music then for how long? Always, but it's like a solo career now. How long has that been?
Since I got out. And we played a bunch of shows prior to that, but I would say 20 is when I really kind of just, had the time to go all in, because when you're doing all that other stuff, I mean, you're kind of at the whim of that, that's a very like all encompassing career and
steady paycheck.
So yeah, and that didn't suck,
That too, yeah.
The paycheck's one thing, but I'm an executive board member on storm search and rescue, and so I'm familiar with that whole process. From manhunt, tracking down, assisting the U.S. Marshals to tactical security for different state and municipalities, all the way to, like you said, the rescue and recovery. And that literally will take 26 hours out of your day.
Yeah.
You will feel so mentally, spiritually, physically drained and wiped because everything is adrenaline. Always. You're in pursuit of saving somebody, in pursuit of rescuing, recovering something. You're always prepared for something to come in your way. So we have nothing but huge love for you, for the NYPD, for what you guys have done and still do for us, and for what y'all represent across the United States, not just in New York.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that, man. Like I think law enforcement as a whole can get a bad rap, like incidents happen, things like that and everything. But I'm going to be honest, like my entire career, I was so blessed to meet some of the most amazing people, like literally the most amazing. I still have people from my patrol days when I was 23, 22 years old that come to my shows today just to support what I'm doing. And I'm like, man, these people are family. They're not, it's like you say tribe. Like to me, that's tribe for me. Like these guys and girls, like, Scuba was all guys at that time, but like, it's just everybody. I was just blessed, man. I just was really around some of the best people you're going to meet. So I'll always have a soft spot for that,
When I turned 48 and I wasn't going to do anything. I had everything that I ever wanted. I was retired. I had everything I wanted, needed here at the house, my wife, my daughter, my family. And some police officers wanted to take me out for my birthday. And I said, no. And my wife kept on. And finally I ended up, 11 of them took me out for my birthday, and it was pure pandemonium. It was absolutely glorious. Yes.
Well, they know how to party.
Yeah, baby.
I don't even know. I don't want to know those secrets actually at all. You can keep those secrets over there. I love it. So then that tells me, UncleRyano, then you and Dan must have met through Springboard, which Springboard we had on is, for everyone out there, Springboard is the festival, and it's in multiple locations, and it was here in Houston not long ago. and you spoke on one of those panels, Uncle Rhino, and one of our now friends that I know is Barry Coughing. And so, Dan, you knew Uncle Rhino from Springboard?
Yes. Yeah, we met there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, it was cool. I think that was like the first night I think you were talking to the boys from Delta Circle. And he, Uncle Rhino comes in and just commands a room, and Ernest was like, hey man, I got to introduce you to Uncle Rhino. So I think we met briefly that night, and then following throughout the week, it was a little bit more, but yeah, what a blast, man. Just again,
it's all about y'all. It is the largest indie music uplifting experience. It's the largest, only one of its kind I've ever seen across the United States, and it doesn't charge the artist not one dime. You have to get yourself there. You have to cover your own hotel costs, but we usually get significantly discounted rates for all the artists. You're looking at an average of 20 or 30% discount, which can be significant on these hotel rooms. And I speak on most of the panels so far. It seems like since I got involved, I speak on most of the different springboards. Now, I might only speak on one or two panels at any given springboard, but I've seen some amazing artists come through. I've seen incredible after the follow through after with different artists and how everyone collabs and lifts up. We've got several breaking through that ceiling right now, and with each one, they're pulling the rest of y'all behind them. So it's that's Tribe.
Yeah.
That's all of y'all collectively are all Tribe. And then that's what made this such an automatic. When Tracy and I first stumbled into doing this, it was just a one-off thing. And then we saw a way where we could incorporate what she was wanting to do with what we were already working on over here. And we could just all pull it together. And then we could reach so many more people. Now you're on just on the Swamp 107.5. This radio show goes out to 60 syndicated radio stations to 195 countries. Heroes Media Group, you're looking at 2.4 million visitors a month on that. You've got our brothers and sisters with Iconic Radio, Iconics over there in Houston, which is a huge market by itself, as well as True Grit, Music Row Radio, and we've got some more that have been looming that we're inching our way closer to as we go west. So this is, and it's all about you. It's all about you guys. You're the reason why we do this. Neither Tracy nor myself have taken a dime. We've just been paying it out because
nobody's given it yet. But if they will give it,
Tracy's over there waiting. She's like, we haven't taken it yet, but we're.
Woke that ass, didn't we? She done. Well, just in case anybody ever thinks she bring up money, and she's on it like white on yellow rice. Yeah, that girl hit it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we do have the foundation now. So yes, the radio and everything we're doing, we do this because we are artists and we support our artists 100%. But we have a foundation and we have all sorts of stuff going on. So yes, you're looking.
I'm gonna get my country ass out the way and let you take the mic on that one before I get scratched and hit. Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm timid now. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, she gonna make it rain. I was just gonna make it sprinkle, but she gonna make it have thunderbolts. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted them to know that yes, it is there for that, and we definitely have a lot going on. So go ahead. I like that you woke me up.
Come on, girl. I like it.
You was quiet for a minute. You said money.
Boom, boom, boom.
I know I've spent a lot.
Here comes up. Here comes up. Boom. Here comes. Yeah.
We've invested a lot of our own, is what I mean to say kindly. And then in order to give to the artists and give to the community and to the people, not just artists, we're working on a lot of different things, and it takes a lot to get started. So we have done a lot of that from our hearts, from our pockets, but we are at that point now where we have a platform that is a nonprofit. We have our LLCs, our partnerships. We have quite a lot going on that eventually, here soon, we'll get some information about everything that we're doing and the AMAs we have coming. So the Sergeant Two-Step Foundation and then Two-Step Tribe. So this is a great show to bring that up actually with Dan maybe too, UncleRyano. So we'll get into with him. Since you started talking about Springboard, I have it down here. If you want to learn more about all these music festivals we're talking about, go to the website. Because we love to
Say that voice again. That was very and say that. So use that voice again. I'm going to listen.
Go to our website.
Yeah. Pork and bean. That's my safe word. Pork and bean. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is beanie weenies. Do not.
Beanie weenie. Pork and bean. Yeah.
No. Mine is music. Music is medicinal. Where's that?
So we've got the Sergeant Two-Step concert series that we're fixing to roll out. We've partnered with the with Lucy Blues in Conroe, Texas, and the CMA of Texas through Mary Mentor. We'll be doing that in September, I believe, was it September 27th?
September 27th is Gold Star Family Day. A lot of people do not know that. So that is the very first two-step concert series that we will have. September 27th, Veteran Lifestyle has a article on it here. September 27th here. It's around Houston, Texas. It's Conroe. So reach out to us if you want to get involved and you want to know more. We're now going to be opening that door. We have a lot going on there. So yes, we sure do. And then you've got the AMAs.
Yeah, that's America's Music Awards. So this is all for indie artists. This is all genres, everyone. So this is something where we want to start that path of constructing a great platform to be able to celebrate all of the different incredible flavors of American music. It was built by instruments and people from every other part of the world. They all came here, collided, so did the cultures, and it produced the most impactful, trend-setting music to turn right around and become something brand new and fresh, contributed from all other parts of the world. And then we created something magical here, be it jazz, be it rock and roll, be it gospel, whatever it is, country, all the way to metal and EDM and all these other, type of genres, bluegrass, everything. And then we're now sending that music back to the points of origin. We're sending it back around the world to the places that it originally started. So I think that's really cool to celebrate everyone from reggae to hip hop to Texas swing. We're doing it all.
It's cool you say that with hip hop too. It's funny. This is why Springboard was so amazing. So Ray Swoop, I'm sure you've met him over there. So Ray and I, and it's so funny because we hit it off. I was walking across the parking lot with Sean to come back, and all I hear is somebody yelling, "Used to love the rain, used to love the rain," and I'm like, where the hell, And it's Ray. We go walking over there to talk to him and everything, and it's that's really the thing I love so much about music is you can have two different total artists doing two different things, and by the end of the week, we're like, we are going to collab. We are going to do something that nobody else is doing, and we're going to make it damn cool, And it was like, I love that about music. It doesn't matter, man. Like everything comes together, and it's just like, let's do this shit. Let's make it great. Let's do something no one's doing. And so Springboard was amazing for that. And I think to the point that you were saying with money, I think the thing is anybody that's a professional understands that people should get paid for what they do. You should. For me, I have no problem paying people for what they do as long as I know that you're honestly passionate about what you're doing. If you bring honesty and you bring passion to your project, you should be getting paid for your project. I think that that's something that anyone who's wants to be a professional should be comfortable with. But at the same time, man, you better bring it. Because if someone's just like sitting there, like we were joking before with the money thing, but if someone's just sitting there with their hands out, then you could keep it.
That was I probably am going to say this wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say this wrong, but the analogy that I can remember, I remember when Napster first came out, long before there was a Spotify, and music was free on Napster, which was cool. Yeah. I saw then that music was going to become a handshake and not the end result, And Napster's argument was no, it's just music. It doesn't hurt anything. We can give it away. And I think somehow Apple, the computer company phone provider, had gotten pulled in there too somehow. And Kid Rock chimed in, and Robert Kid Rock, he said, "Oh, if that's going to be the case, then I'll just throw a brick through the window and start walking out of there with an armload of iPhones, right?" Because if it's the same thing, you made this, we made this.
Yeah.
And you could see the epiphany on everybody's face, like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh.
oh,
That go how you thought it was gonna go?
yeah, oh, okay. Let's revisit this topic and keep all stones and bricks away from that long-haired Michigan boy right there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Detroit. Yeah,
Yep.
Detroit. Great story there, and you actually got it right, Uncle Ronnie. You're like, you're probably going to get it wrong.
I'm pretty sure I warbled on something there. Yeah.
You were right on track actually with what you're talking about. I'm not that old, so don't remember it, but I actually know the story. So you can tell it's a Thursday. We're getting close here to the weekend. We've had a great week. We've got Dan on tonight. Dan, it's your first time on with the Tribe Live, literally. So a live segment where we're pushing you into the network, we're pushing you into a broadcast and radio all at once. So again, if I am spelling something or emphasis on a word, it is because if you're not watching right now and you're not currently involved with what we're doing, we can have our audience engage with us, send me messages, and I'm paying attention to multiple platforms. So, but we want to make sure that we also let everybody know, stay tuned. We've got your music in here, Dan. So I've got your music all loaded up. Cool. And I am very curious about how it's going with you in Nashville because I grew up there. So I'm very, very curious about Nashville and what is going on with you.
It's cool. It's very different from what I expected. I honestly had no idea what to expect coming here. I just knew that like, hey, I want to get better, and where else are you going to go? Right. Like I didn't know. So I was like, I'm going to just go in cold and figure this thing out. And one of the first writers rounds I did was over at the Commodore Grill with Debbie Champion. And, you stay and you watch everybody else and they have an audition round at the end. And that was literally the start of it. And now I'm pretty much consistently playing. I don't want to say every night, but I'm playing writers rounds very frequently. It's more my speed. I don't love the Broadway thing. I don't knock it. The artists down there are brilliant artists. Like some of those guitar players, we were talking before, UncleRyano with guitar. Like you go down there and see some of those guitar players and so you're just blown away. But for me, I've been doing the sticking with the writers rounds and just staying busy with that and meeting other writers, and haven't gotten too into the co-writing thing, done a little bit, but I'm just enjoying the process, just learning really right now. I think it's
when we get done, I'm going to give you some names and some numbers, and I've got some people to connect you with. On Lower Broadway, most of those players they're live junkies. I mean, they've got to feel that sweat, and they've got to have that live. And then the caveat to that is either they're members of the Grand Ole Opry, which is that's how they get their live fix, and the parking's better. And then you have like Renee Trouet is my beautiful, amazing fiddle player of 30 plus years. And she's still a legend down there on Lower Broad. When she's in town, that's what she does. She goes down there to keep that live, organic, stampede thing in her blood. She goes down there and just crushes it. She's called the Fiddle Crusher for a reason.
Yeah.
And she'll go down there and do that. But have you gotten a chance to see Printer's Alley yet?
Yes. Yeah, I went down there, checked it out. I've done that was cool. Done some of the stuff, it's just like I said, man, some of those guys, it's such a pleasure to watch some of those players too, because it's just you know how it is. You watch a player like that, a singer like that, the next thing you know, you come home, it's 3 a.m. and you're studying YouTube guitar licks or guitar something to learn, or you saw something. Like I just watched Guthrie Trapp. I went to go see him at, I think it was the Underdog, and it was a lesson, bro. You're like, you know, you walk in, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty good, you know, and you start watching, you're like, well, I suck. I'm going home. I'm gonna practice. I'll be back in a week or two and see where we go.
That's when you need icy hot for your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went down there in the Printer's Alley. That's where I got my first record deal, was in Printer's Alley. I was playing at Al Capone's old dinner club back there called the Captain's Table. And that was, they've changed a bunch of the names and stuff since then, but the old structures are still there. And there's a lot of history there, bud, between Tootsie's and the Ryman. And
I was going to say the only original location still is Tootsie's and that owner that's there. So I always check in with them. Yeah.
Tootsie's, the Ryman, the alley in between them, and Printer's Alley. You know, and I will say the Ace of Clubs, if it's still there, the Ace of Clubs, that was another wicked rock and roll bar that was absolutely incredible.
All right, yeah. I'll look into it. I know it's not like ringing any bells, but I'll definitely go check it out. For sure.
No, we'll talk on back channels. I'll be there again in, you know what today is, in about 4 weeks. So mid-July of some point in time, I'll be back again. So I was just there and I'll be coming back. And when I come back this time, I'll connect with you. There's other people I didn't get to connect with either. So I've got to check on a family member. So when I get back down there, I'll make sure to connect to you. I'll be up near that Cool Springs, Franklin sort of area. And then if I'm going downtown, it's because we've arranged a group of people that are going to go to support someone. But usually we stay north.
Well, yeah, it's funny with downtown. So we're in the studio right now, and the next single that I'm putting out is a song called Not Tonight. And I swear to God, every time I go downtown, that is what that song is written about. Or it's, you know, because you get out and you're like, I'm just going to have a drink. I'm just going to like chill, go out, watch a band. And the next thing you know, you're stumbling out of somewhere. You got to take an Uber home. You're paying for all my parking. And I'm like, well, I guess tonight's not the night that I figured this whole thing out. So I ended up writing a song about it. And that was that.
Tomorrow never comes.
That's
it.
Yeah.
That's what you made me think of.
Yeah, we always start those nights with like the Star Wars music, you know, from the original Star Wars. Dun, 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 we're all going into it charging, and then by 3:30 in the morning, it's always Waylon Jennings, just a good old boy. Yeah, never failed. Yeah.
That's good.
Closing time. Yeah.
Have you guys been to Kimbro's over here when you come into Franklin? Try
What did you call it?
Kimbro's.
Spell how you're saying that.
Kimbros.
I've seen it, but I haven't been in it.
So that's a cool venue. That's like that it's here in Franklin. It's not downtown, but what a cool vibe, man. I mean, that was another early place that I played, and man, I pulled up. I still had New York plates, and there's about 15 people on the porch jamming. Just everyone's jamming, having a good time. You go inside, there's people, the band is actually playing inside. There's a back room with a piano and guitars hanging. People just randomly jam and get together. And I was like, man, I got up on that porch and I thought, you know, walking up to it, I was nervous as shit, you know, obviously. And man, they were so welcoming. When I played, I think it was an open mic that night. It was, like I said, it's pretty early. And as I'm walking out, one of the guys says to me, hey, man, do you actually know how to play that guitar on your back? And I ended up probably jamming with those guys 3-4 hours just on the porch, just having a great time. And I'm like, man, this is what it's about right here. Like, this is music, man, you know?
Yeah, I did. My family member of mine, an aunt, we've all been around music a long time. She's very familiar. And I remember her mentioning there. And then in Nolensville or the Franklin, the theater. Franklin area, going there. I've seen a couple friends play there, and then in Nolensville, actually, which is now built up, running right into Franklin. There's a lot going on there too, ironically. So, so from Texas to Tennessee, have I written one of those yet, UncleRyano? I need to write my own story too.
You do.
I said we. I'm throwing UncleRyano in on this one. in the writing thing, it just depends on any given day. But like the other day in my life, I think I wrote 20 something songs because of it was medicinal for me.
Yeah.
So at any given time, that is what I like to do. And then if you get me out, now that's rare. So I did get to go out and I got to meet with a great individual there in the area. And then the one night I did go out, though, man, I regretted it. It's not like I drank a lot or anything. It was just like you're out and it's late and it's just like, whoa, I didn't even realize how much that still took to be able to go do all of that.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. It was nice. I'll be back there soon.
Anything in Nash Vegas is a process.
Yeah.
So it's the only city I've ever been to on 3 continents. That's the only city I've ever been to where everybody you meet is usually from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's totally commonplace to be walking to a bar while you're passing a parking lot full of tailgates down on trucks, people sitting on the tailgates, and as you said, are all playing multiple instruments, and they're doing it to a level that you've never seen that instrument played before. Like, holy crap. Yep. And you can't imagine that whatever you're going to hear in there is going to be any better than what's going on out there where they're just piddling. And my probability is it might not be any better in there. It's going to be stout, and that's why they're on the stage, and it's going to be loud.
Yep. And nothing wrong with loud though too. It's, loud will get you, man. That's every now and then, bro. Like I say to people, down here, I end up doing a lot of the writers rounds, which are more pulled back, obviously, and it's good practice, man. But you get me in front of a bunch of people and let me plug into something, and I'll turn that shit as high as I can turn it. So
you can do that. I know that when I go back from where I grew up, went to school, you name it, I can be, if I go out somewhere and someone will say, she's actually from here. And they'll go, you're from here? And I'm like, yeah, I grew up here. And they're like, you don't live here now? And I'm like, no. But no. I know Nashville as a person who, yes, I would be considered someone who's a local. Yes, that is true. So they're always like, oh my God, look, this person's from Nashville. I'm like, oh my Lord. It's definitely changed. It's pretty commercial, except it's not. So there's areas to get into as music, kind of little corners and secrets that everybody kind of falls into. But it's still a great time. I mean, I think every bit of it's okay. I just can't keep up as much as I used to. So I got to limit my time when it comes to going down there. As far as you playing, Dan, what have you got going on there? So you're now in Nashville. You're in the area. You're doing these writers rounds. You've got some music out. Tell us, get in a little about your music. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so we put out, more recently, I put out a song called Used to Love the Rain, a song called Forever With You, which is more romantic, and I'm super excited to be in the studio doing this. I love our producer in New York. I'm by no means a slight to them, but we're working with a guy down here who, it's just a different feel, different vibe. And so we got about 4 songs getting ready to come out. We'll probably release them as singles. And I'm just psyched about it. But Used to Love the Rain was something that was great because it was just a song for me that I don't know. It just poured out. And you know how it goes as writers. Sometimes you're just sitting in there and you're like, this thing poured out. And I probably had about 10 or 15 other songs that I was thinking about recording at that time. And that one was just like, no, I need to record this song. Like there was just something that just hit me about it, So that was, that's probably one that I'm most proud of recently, I would say.
And that's Used to Love the Rain.
Yeah.
And did you do that one yourself? Is that you wrote that one yourself? Okay. Yeah. All right. I've got your music in here. So, and then also if you'd like, just to let you know on the show, usually if you grab your guitar or want to play and do a song, we highly encourage that on this show. Otherwise we do both. I have your music loaded too. So, that is up to you. But if you show me a guitar, the rule is on this one, ask UncleRyano.
I'll play it.
It is smart, actually. We kind of know what we're doing just a little bit. So just a little bit. I actually do have Used to Love the Rain and the other songs you mentioned. Why don't we grab one of your songs and you tell me where you'd like me to start? and then have the audience hang on tight there while I do get him to sing for you. Now I'm getting the messages. There they are. Yes.
We're streaming on 19 platforms right now simultaneously. So Tracy has octopus DNA. You can't see it, but she's got a bunch of other arms. She's like Krishna. Yeah, they're all whittling and running around back there. Yeah.
Well, they used to love the rain is being requested over here. So I do agree with the people requesting it. So we're going to grab Used to Love the Rain by Dan Corio and stick by because we got more coming from Dan, and you never know what's coming out of this show. Two Step Tribe. Here it is.
The rain's been falling for hours now. Used to love the rhythm of that sound, but lately all it does is bring me down. Think of losing her and the lights go out. 'Cause it was raining on the night she left me. Tears like a river, I wonder if she had me now. My world's torn. She never looked back, didn't even slam the door. Her calm is my storm. I know she loved me once before. The way I used to love the rain. The way I used. Close my eyes as the lightning strikes, leaving better memories of rainy nights when we'd make love, then hold on, her head on my chest and my arms. Now I'm here alone, 'cause it was raining on the night she left me. Tears like a river, I wonder if she had me now. My world's torn. She never looked back, didn't even slam the door. Her calm is my storm. I know she loved me once before. The way I used to love the rain. Never saw clouds rolling in. Must have missed the sign she gave. Could I really be that blind? Walk outside, I'm getting so. Scream at the sky to let me know what to do with all this pain. Now that I'm standing in the rain. Her calm is my storm. I know she loved me once before. The way I used to love the rain. I used to love the rain. I used to love the rain.
I love it, Dan. I on purpose did not listen to the full song. I like to get in here. Some of the other ones I did. I like that song. It's a great song.
Thank you.
I love it. When was that recorded?
I think it was like a year or two, year and a half ago.
Okay. Is that your brother with you on drums in this picture I found?
Yeah, that's Sean playing the drums. Yep.
I want to make sure I gave him some credit here. Let's find him again. There he is, right there.
Yeah,
your brother
that's the
there.
only time you'll see him smiling is when he's playing the drums.
He's got that face going. His teeth, his clenching.
Yeah. It's either that or throwing a drumstick at me because I messed something up.
Oh, our brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, which was an inherited family thing. Apparently.
That could be good and bad.
Yeah.
But you got plenty of stories there. And he's not in Nashville though, but he will come out there and play with you in shows. Is that right?
Yeah. We'll kind of go back and forth. I still go up north. I play up there quite a bit, play in Texas, obviously we'll go anywhere we can, we'll make it work. And so it's good because I can do the solo thing and play where I need to, do whatever I need to keep things rolling. And when we book the bigger shows with the band, then that's how we'll do it. He'll come out here. I'll go there. We'll link up somewhere.
Where in the city? Where in the city did you live?
Up, Ryan. Kevin
So
Lee.
I was back in. So I grew up in Jersey before I moved to New York because you had to move there when you got hired. And if I tell you, I moved to Staten Island. So Staten Island was actually my first year. I was in Terrytown, and that was just a bunch of guys in the academy together. We just kind of needed a place, and so we kind of got together and got a place to get through and get going. Staten Island was good because it was kind of right across the bridge from back home to where my family was, and also you could get into the city, get into Brooklyn, wherever I needed to be for where I was. So
I had a place in Yonkers.
Over the Yonkers.
Yeah. I was kicking it over there. I'd go downtown or uptown, however you want to put it. But I would do that. And then I had a bunch of friends in Southington, Connecticut and Cranberry, New Jersey. So I was bouncing back and forth, if you grow up in Texas, you don't realize that all of that's like just a couple of hours driving. It's like no time. It's traffic is the only thing. What we would in Texas, what takes you to go get groceries, you can drive to Connecticut,
Yeah. It's something else, man. That was the traffic back up north is so bad. On you get on that Belt Parkway, that BQE or something like that. Dude, forget it. You'll be sitting in that thing and your GPS will tell you it's a 20-minute drive. And the next thing you know, you're there for 3 hours, Yeah.
Not only, that's why I always got a cab driver because it was a high probability I would have a Tunisian that would be driving the cab. So I didn't have to yell at anybody. He was busy. That man was yelling at somebody when I got in the cab. He was still yelling at people when I left, He'd say, okay, when I said, have a good day, but he was still yelling then. So, I mean,
I love it. You've got Kevin Lee trying to reach out to you, UncleRyano. I know you're not on Facebook anymore right now. He's saying to tell you hello. So Kevin Lee Heron, I have said, he says, what's up, Brian? And then we've got a few here on you too, Dan, and everybody kind of checking in with the tribe. And I don't know what Fender is, but whatever it is, okay.
Kevin is a beast. He's a wicked guitar player.
Oh, he didn't put that in there. Somebody else said he said hello, so I said hello to him. But I'll look that up and figure that out.
Kevin played in one of the very first bands ever that I was in. So he is phenomenal. He is an OG from way back. So sending big love to the Heron family.
Yeah, that's who I was sitting here chatting with, saying hi to him while y'all are talking about New York streets. I'm talking with Kevin. So there's Kevin. Kevin, hello, howdy. You can tune in and find UncleRyano here, everyone, instead of Facebook right here, and on Instagram too. So look at Two Step Tribe. If you're finding him on Facebook, you got to go to the number 2, Two Step Tribe, and that's where you'll find UncleRyano's account for Facebook. Just letting you know. I get this quite a bit, and I try to stay off of Facebook, y'all. Instagram or YouTube, that's where you really want to go. Hired Gun Days, baby. Okay, you got it, Kevin. There you go. Everyone's going to read these messages and go, what the heck are they talking about between Fender, hired guns, and New York streets? Sounds like a good show.
Yeah. You never know
I'm Fender, whatever that is.
I don't know.
I take that back because I don't know what it means.
Yeah, go ahead. Get on in there. Get on in there, busy. Yeah.
No, it sure can't mean one thing because listen, I am from Tennessee and I'm in Texas, so I like my food. I know I'm not Fender, but whatever that means.
No,
it's Tinder, and I've never been on that either. So
it all goes under the category of deuterang. So we just put all that under the category of deuterang, which is that's rodeo slang. So why are you holding your head, Tracy? Yeah. So Dan,
I'm going to turn red now too. Everybody, you got to go look at one of our shows. Dan, do you know what deuterang means?
I don't.
Yeah. See, I didn't either, and I fell right into it.
Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay.
And I just saw guitar, everybody. Stand by. I see our numbers kind of there. Kevin, do me a favor. Share this out. Holler at the people on Facebook and tell them they need to be paying attention to this. We've got Dan grabbing his guitar right now. We got UncleRyano giving us a nod, saying hello. How you doing, baby? Hired guns, hello. So that's my message back for you, Kevin, and the lovely missus. Yep, and the lovely missus in there. So he's a hired gun these days. All right, I'm gonna write a song about that too. Dan, you just grabbed that guitar, and I'm curious, what is on your mind?
Yeah, we could do that. You got me thinking about that "Not Tonight" song. It's not out yet, but I mean, it's fun. So it's if you're gonna sit there and say like you got to kind of play on the show, I mean, I can't be the guy that didn't.
I'm good at that.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. So yeah, this is
that guy. That's like the definition of jabroni, right? Isn't that jabroni? Yeah. Don't be that guy. Yeah.
That's my word, bro. People don't get
it. Yeah, jabroni. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big ice machine thing.
Let's get this party started. It's been building up inside me for a while. There's a girl under the barroom lights are shining off her skin like fire. Well, I tried giving up on girls that wear the clothes too tight, but the devil on my shoulder's whispering, not tonight.
He does that.
Been talking to a counselor, I'm talking to a priest, and they agree. This good life I've been living is only gonna end bad for me. I looked them both in the eye and said I'll try with all my might. I told them that I'll be a better man, but not tonight. I tell myself just one more drink means three. I swear that it's the last time, every last time disagrees. Well, I tried getting sober, now here I go again. I gotta be at work by 9 and 10. Is it 3 a.m.? Well, I'm sorry, Mama. Try and do the best I can. This nightlife I've been living, it's gone and turn your boy into a man. I didn't quite become the Pope, though you won't give up the fight. Promise that I'll last to be forgiven, but not tonight. I promise that I'll get my life together. Hell, I might even make it into heaven. But not tonight.
There you go.
Not tonight.
Woo! I feel like I'm in Nashville.
To quote my dear sweet friend who's no longer with us anymore, Danny Smith. He and I used to play the Bluebird Cafe together pretty regular. And Danny's had the best line ever, and I'd make him play it every time I was in the building. He had a song, "If Heaven's Got a Back Door, I've Still Got a Prayer." And that was, yep.
I love it.
And that's right there. You were pulling water from the same well as my brother Danny Smith.
I like it. And of course we got someone doing the same thing I did. He just said jabroni, right? I'm like, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
He did. It's like the big thing on the ice, right?
No, that's the same thing.
No.
That's a Z. Sorry.
Yeah, that's got a Z in it. Yeah, that's heavy on the Z.
It's okay. It's okay.
The other one's heavy on the members only jacket. Yeah.
See, this is where it always gets me. I do not do that whole other side that has been out there for a long time of how people are dating and the naughty little sites and these little things, and I don't know it, and I will admit it. I am naive, and I just
the naughty what? What's naughty?
The sites, the places that are not like what we're doing right now. Like
Well, text them to me. I'll look them up later. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do some
So-
research for you.
Yeah,
I
my
don't want-
memory's terrible. I am not the most downloaded man on the internet, but I'm the man who's downloaded the most. Yes, that's it.
I swear to you, at least once a month, because we're on at least 4 nights a week. But you get me at least once a month with somebody with a word about something, because there's these things called OnlyFans or Tinder, like all these things that I'm getting, and I'm like, so then I'm reading Tinder and I'm reading something. I'm thinking the Zamboni, like hockey and the ice, and they're talking about. He said Jambroni, ha ha ha,
Yeah.
and I was like, yes.
Yeah. Well, if this doesn't work out for me, I'm going OnlyFans, so don't you worry about it.
I'd have to take the S off of mine because it'd be false advertising. But my slogan will be "I'm too tender for OnlyFans." Yeah, that'd be it.
I don't even want to pretend that.
I'll get me a Nacho Libre mask and it'll be on. Yeah.
I'm old
That's
school.
hot.
Yeah. See, yeah. Be like row. Yeah.
I like that people tease me. They're like, you act like you're 80, like you don't. And I'm like, and that's a good thing. Like, that is good for me. Like, I stay in, I take care of business, but trust me, if I need to go somewhere, I know how to go somewhere. So I just
She gets mad, y'all. She got a potty mouth. I seen her make Jesus cry. Yeah, she got a potty mouth. Yeah. Look at that face. Yeah, that was worth it. Do you see that face? Yeah.
So
Got the oh face. Yeah.
I said, if I say the F word, get bail money. And I meant that for a really long time until I met UncleRyano. Then I met a couple people that knew UncleRyano. And I had dealings with them for a little while. And I just said I couldn't handle it anymore. And so I was so.
She let it all out.
Yeah.
She said Farfignugan.
It's therapeutic. You know, it really is.
So the joke, the radio station was like, well, I love it, but I can't play it. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, just like
I was raised Southern Baptist, but I still start every morning with 2 cups of coffee and a F-bomb. So that's got to get the day going. Yeah.
You gotta. And that's funny coming down here, man. That was a funny thing. And my mom yells at me all the time because I don't realize like it comes out, you know, and she still will get on. She's like, you don't have to talk like that. I didn't raise you like that. She doesn't have a Southern accent. Don't know why I did that. But she's like,
I'm already rubbing off on you.
She's like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to talk like that. So she's always getting on me. And I'm like, and then down here, forget it. They're like, man, you say F a lot.
Thank God for mamas.
You know? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I used to say friggin' or fudge or something, and I just avoid it altogether. But it is in a song, and like UncleRyano says, it would be like R2D2 because they got a beep in it. Every few words is a beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. She cussed so bad it sounded like R2D2 was singing her song when they had to put the edit in. Yeah.
No,
beep, 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 beep. And then there was whistling. Yeah, threw in some whistles. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We got people up here going, now I want to hear the F song.
Oh, yeah. Potty mouth. Yeah.
Ironically, I'm not. It's just when I don't know, man. Music's medicinal. Writing for me is therapeutic. So when I write about a song, it's usually a true story, ironically. So here with Dan, UncleRyano's rubbing off on me, y'all. I don't know what to tell you except
proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm about to cry. I'm getting emotional.
They grow up so fast.
They really do.
They grow
if
up.
I had lips, look, I have no lips. I'm Irish pedigree. Look, I got no lips. Watch this. This is me pouting. You ready? Watch this. That's sad as hell, ain't it? Couldn't even see nothing sticking out. I know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I never actually really looked in depth like that, but yeah, you are kind of right.
Mm-hmm. Irish. That's where we're not big on kissing anything.
Yeah. I'm not Irish. I am Italian, but I'm not. I do have some streaks of me there that a lot of people don't know. Dan, speaking of you and your last name, any Italian there?
So yeah, I'm Italian and Irish. I'm
Yeah, I thought so.
yeah.
That's why he's so damn good looking, everybody. That's a good looking man right there. Y'all got to go check him out.
If it's mine's Sicilian, you're not supposed to say Italian if it's Sicilian. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah. You was on the Sicilian side. He's on the northern, further up the peninsula there. Yeah.
The money people.
Yeah. And he had an ancestor that had terrible taste in somebody and ended up with some shamrock in the family tree. What the hell? This is why we can't have nice things.
I can't have nice things.
Yes, we can have nice things if we know who we should not have around our nice things. We got to start putting up our own barriers, our own walls. And that's what I did when I wrote that song. I was like, damn it to hell. I'm tired of everybody. And I got another one coming. I got one coming. And it's called Texas Two-Face.
All right.
So it's already written. He did it. Look, he's got the fucker.
That's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah. It literally pulled a neck muscle trying to make that happen. That's all I had.
It did work. And I'm not lying to you. I literally did write it. I was like, you know what? At this point, I feel Texas Two-Face. That's a song, y'all. It's already written.
Yeah.
So, Dan, tell me more about your music and another song we can get into for you.
Yeah, I mean, I got so I tend to write just kind of really whatever I'm feeling or what I'm digging into. So I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a choice, Tracy. So
I like hearing you play. I suggest you play. I am going to play your track too, but if you're in the groove to play, you've got the audience right now paying attention, and that's when I always tell anybody, like, I suggest this, but you don't have to.
So you feel like crying a little bit or no?
I've been crying since we got up here.
Yeah, me too. Well, no, I think just, we talked about musical journey and everything. So my grandfather, my mom's dad, he passed away, and while he was, about getting to where I am today, and while he was kind of sick and going through it, he was a huge influence of mine. He was a Marine, Jersey City sergeant with the Jersey City Police Department. He was just everything that's great about a human, and before he was passing, he said, can you come and play some music for me while he was in bed and whatnot? And we were just going through some of the songs I wrote, and he said, man, I think you found your vocation. And up until that point, I mean, he would drive me to all of my police interviews when I was young. Like we did dry runs into the city, driving in for traffic. And it was some of the best times ever. So with Father's Day passing, I had a round, and I didn't do this song. And if I mess it up, I haven't done it in probably a year. But I was sorry I didn't do it, and I know, Heartwarming.
Is that what it is? Somebody's saying Heartwarming.
That's a different song. That's a different.
Okay. I think.
But no, this one I wrote for my grandfather, and it's The Man I Hope to Be.
Oh, this is Dan Corio right here.
Paris Island at 18, didn't know what he wanted to be till the day he became a Marine. He left behind the love of his life to serve his country in a fight. Once a boy, now a man. He couldn't tell her if he'd be back from that tour, 'cause men were dying by his side in the war. He only told her, if I die, don't cry for me. I'll die the man I hope to be. Made it home back to his love, serving now with a badge and a gun. He had a family, 2 girls and a son. The son, the apple of his eye, gave him fits almost every night. The girls were perfect, so they say.
And they'd all tell you that there's not a better dad. And he'd agree with his eyebrows raised behind a laugh. But then he'd tell you it's his first love who held the key behind the man who hoped to be. My grandfather was a hero of mine. He had my back through wrong and right, but never strayed from his beliefs. I wore a badge like he did. He taught me all about what it meant. Once a boy, I became a man. And he's been gone for a few years now. It's been hard. I'd like to think he's with his love, my grandma. He once told me when I die, don't cry for me. I died the man I hope to be. Told that hero of mine on the day he closed his eyes, he's the man I hope to be.
Very
To the
beautiful.
Kings.
Yeah, very, very beautiful tribute to your grandfather there in his service, and beautiful man. Sounds like a great person involved in your life, shaping you to be who you actually are. So
Yeah, he was instrumental, like being, especially a young kid, like like I said, 23, getting onto that job and then just being exposed to everything down at Ground Zero. Like I just had, he was a man who'd been through war and everything like that. So just in terms of somebody that you could talk to that understood, because I mean, I for the first bit of time down there, I wasn't even telling my family I was down there because I knew my mom would worry and things like that. So I was just kind of like, yeah, they don't really have me doing all that much and everything like that. I would just kind of, and then I would call him and talk to him about everything that was going on and what I was facing and all that kind of stuff. And he was just instrumental. And I felt like doing that song just as, like I said, I had around on Father's Day and I did not do it. And I was like, man, I should have done that song for him, because even though he wasn't my father, he was just such a father figure for me, So, yeah.
well, I thought it was beautiful. I love it. And everyone else here loved it too. And your song, yeah, their song is beautiful. And Amanda, I am. So you might know Amanda. Do you know Amanda?
Yeah, she's trying to get this Heart Won't Let Me Love Her song. That
yes,
I wrote it. Yeah, and I'm going to completely.
Heart Won't Let Me Love Her. Lots of exclamation points in there. So I'm like, you've got to know.
You got to do it now. You got to do it now. Amanda, for Amanda, we got to do it.
All right.
Very persistent.
Yeah. Well,
is she from New York too?
Let me see if I can remember it. Well, I know it's not her fault. I don't love her anymore. We've been together for a while, but time was running out. I thought I left a clue or two to tell her, enough to leave some doubt. I didn't want to say it. See teardrops in her eyes. It could be sadder than a heart that's not in love. I can't even remember what I wrote.
It's all right. It's all right. This is the fun part.
I know it's not her fault. I don't love her anymore. And truth be told, I haven't for some time. And I prayed and begged to change it, but I'm already out the door. My heart won't let me love her anymore. She didn't see it coming, though I warned her from the start. Whoa, whoa. I'm the kind to leave you in the morning. I'll only break your heart. She deserved much better than a love I couldn't give. Treated her love like it was a game. It's a game I'd never win. Whoa, no, whoa. And I know it's not her fault. I don't love her anymore. And truth be told, I haven't for some time. And I prayed and begged to change it. I'm already out the door. My heart won't let me love her anymore. I'll hang my head in shame. Could've left, I chose to stay. Why didn't she just walk right from the start? Didn't mean to hurt her, lead her on or drag her through the mud, but good intentions are paved with a broken heart. And I know it's not her fault. I don't love her anymore. And truth be told, I haven't for some time. And I prayed and begged to change it, but I'm already out the door. My heart won't let me love her. My heart won't let me love her. My heart won't let me love her anymore. There you go.
I love it. I love it, Dan. But I might have just started something. This might be why you didn't want to play it, and Amanda was begging for me to get you to play it. I don't know if I just started something.
Yeah, I haven't played that probably since like I first came to town. I always forget the word.
Well,
And
well, Amanda, I don't know if he's saying to you that he does not love you anymore, but I know you love the song, and I got him to play it.
He loves Amanda, and Amanda loves him right back. And that was for you, girl.
Maybe not anymore, though, Amanda. Just maybe not anymore, like the song
Oh.
said.
Something that's so sad. Y'all killing me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be positive.
She said, amazing, like always. Thank you. See, we're having a good old time over here. But Dan, I might have put you in a little bit of a spot. Next time I'll pay attention to the key words where I put a song and say, go for it. All right, let's just tell this girl I don't love you anymore.
I knew what was happening. I just said we're gonna hit the ride or die button. That's ride or die.
You just got to go in and just plow through it. You know.
That's it.
You should have said, he may not like that girl, Tracy. So
No, she does. That was for her.
Everybody. Oh, you're so likable with everything that you discuss and your delivery. Literally, Chief's over here talking with the audience too. So we got you covered over here. And Amanda, I'm loving it. It's great when we get to interact with people that are interacting with you. That is another side of this that we have found by doing the live shows, that we keep it like this. Even if it's just a couple of people that we touch like this, and music can touch a lot of people, and the laughs. And so it is worth it. So I do love that. So shout out to you tonight, Amanda. I have loved laughing with you. And then, of course, we got to get a hold of your brother there, UncleRyano. And we aren't done. We've got songs in here that are from Dan in here for the station. And you need to check out Two Step Tribe, the number 2 Step Tribe. And you can check out our show. It is playing on 107.5. We are on multiple stations, Heroes Media Group, literally, but just look up Two Step Tribe. You can also go to patriotsinsidethewire.com Two-Step Tribe is under construction right now. We have a lot going on and coming up that you want to pay attention to. And Dan, pulling you into the Two-Step Tribe, you fit perfectly. There's a lot of people that have been on lately, UncleRyano, right? It's been so easy that I'll just get a text and it'll be a text and that's it. And they're on the show and then we get to know more about them. Kind of went opposite with you. I've had a little bit more of a conversation with you just because of some of your background. And we've needed someone to kind of help us in the Wednesday show. Yeah. So I ended up talking to Dan just a little more than I would have some of you. But so I'm glad that I did. You have extensive knowledge when it comes to both platforms that we stand on. So I think it's great. And I think your voice is great. Your delivery is great. You got, which account do you use the most often? Like, where do you get a lot of your followers? Is it Instagram or?
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just Dan Corio? Is that
Dan Corio Music _official.
Yeah, I want to make sure they're following the right one because there's a couple out there. And then you have your website up, Dan?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Just, just Dan Corio. Yeah.
Just Dan Corio. Yes. That's Dan, DANCORIO, Corio. I've got one now for you, Dan. You're gonna have to help me here.
I'm looking at it's Dan Corio Music is my website. I'm sorry. I just read
it.
See, we're sending them to OnlyFans by mistake. Yeah.
I'm here for it, bro.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Let me borrow the mask.
Apparently you're not in trouble, but I do have two ladies here. Let's see. One says, Tracy, here's an example of when to use Jambroni. That Jambroni got himself in trouble with Amanda now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. OnlyFans jacket. OnlyFans. OnlyFans, not members only. OnlyFans jacket. We're gonna have OnlyFans jackets instead of members only. Yeah.
I love it. So Schulman is her last. I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
I would have
he
guessed
got
that
himself in some trouble with Amanda, and Amanda's like, "No, my daughter and I love his music, and he is in no trouble." And she's laughing and having fun. So we're all cutting it up over here between the ladies here.
I'm glad you guys are having a good time.
We're like, that Jambroni over there. Dan's the Jambroni. We all done turned on Dan. Now it's all of us, and Dan, you're that Jambroni apparently.
There's not an M in it. It's just Jabroni.
I'm country. I don't know what to tell you. I like my words. Actually, I got it from one of his.
Don't blame it on nobody. You and Don King and making shit up. Yeah.
Me, you better look yourself in the mirror there, honey. All right, sugar britches.
Sugar britches. Yeah. You gonna get diabetes. Yeah.
Where do you think I got that from?
Yeah, diabetes. Yeah.
Yeah, diabetes. So what the hell? What the hell?
We have slid off in the ditch. We're upside down on fire right now.
We're in trouble deep.
In such trouble.
Laughs and lyrics, jokes and strokes. I mean, music is medicinal. There you go.
Yeah.
Every bit of that.
They can kill us, but they can't eat us. That's my motto. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
There's a disclaimer, a warning. I highly advise you not to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me a T-shirt that says "Even chicken tastes like chicken." Just saying. Yeah.
It's interesting you said that today. That was said to me today, and I was like, "Why in the world are you saying that to me?"
I said that to you yesterday.
You did, but someone else said it to me. And I'm like, "What is happening to me?" And people, I swear.
Groundhog Day.
No.
Yeah, be careful with that Tic Tac. We like to lost Tracy about a week ago. She was eating Tic Tacs and inhaled them. She had her eyes got big as pie plates right in the middle of the show. I thought I could see the spirit world opening up. It was like a little keyhole back behind her with Carol Ann. Yeah, it was tragic.
Who's Carol Ann?
That's the girl that kept trying to go into the TV.
Yeah,
oh God, no! Are you talking about Poltergeist or something like that? Yeah. See, y'all grew up with TV and stuff. I did not.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see a little kid with their head twisted and going around the TV.
Yeah.
I've seen that in real life, actually.
Okay.
I don't need to see it on TV. I've seen people that could fit that description.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord have
That's
mercy.
my mama's. Yeah, there was a whole set of side of the family that was special like that. Yeah, I digress. Yeah, family tree looked like a stick with a leaf on it. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
This is a hilarious one. We've got a lot of people in here. They're loving just the laughs. Oh goodness. Yeah, Dan, your skills all are rolling away. We'll take you back to church. We're gonna have to take you back to church, Dan.
Going to the river. We're going down to the river.
We're going down that river.
Mhm.
Yep.
I sent you
Amen.
rolling.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right,
Pick this
Dan.
one.
We're supposed to be here for your music. I'm loving it. I love it when people can laugh and we get to know each other more, get to know your music even more so by hearing that beautiful song that you just had. And then we've got the song out for Amanda. And then you've got a couple in here that you sent me. And so where would you like to go with your music? You're leading. This is your show on Two Step Tribe.
Did somebody ask for Rolling Away? I think I sent you that one, right? That's just a fun old guitar song that I kind of wrote thinking about Mark Knopfler a lot. I was kind of in that Mark Knopfler vibe playing guitar. And
Cool dude.
oh, there's Mom. Speaking of
I
Mom.
could say, is this your mom? Yes.
Yeah, there's Mama.
There's Mom. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom. She's so proud of you. Aw, so proud of you. Aw, we love Mom.
Yeah, she's the best.
Miss you, buddy. So, Unc, you got one. Miss you, buddy. Got to run. So, Mom loves Dan. The ladies are all filling us in, and Unc, your buddy, is checking out and saying hi. Kevin, come on back now. You hear?
Well, me and Mom is on. I'm just going to say too, because I did talk about my grandfather before, but my mom raised 3 boys on her own, and you know, like I said, my parents were split, and she basically took the brunt of that, playing baseball with us, playing football, all that kind of stuff. So when you talk about where you came from to get where you are, she's and to this day still, like I said, I'm certain I'll get a phone call like, you didn't have to say well, that won't sound Southern, but I don't know, I keep giving her a Southern accent, but
It's inherent with moms. They automatically get that Mississippi thing. I don't know what it is.
Me.
no, she's a great
We
woman.
aren't roasting Dan too bad. That is true, Miss Joan, Miss Mom. So, would you want? Do you want to play something for your mom?
I don't know, what does she want to hear? If she wants to hear something, I'll play
Mom,
it.
what do you like to hear, Mrs. Hickman? I have your son here asking. You might get it's the only time you just pick whatever it is, and we'll make him do it.
Yeah,
So-
the audience always runs the show except
Pronounce.
for when it's Mama, and Mama trumps everything.
That's
Yes,
it.
it does.
That's
And
it.
I want to say hi
Thank
to
you,
Snaps here. Snaps, nice to see you. Saying hello to Dan as well. And Uncle Rhino, we love Snaps. Hi, Snaps. And Mom, let us know what you would like Dan to play. Does something come to your mind? It doesn't have to be your song, Dan, when you think about your mom.
No, not when I
Not
think about
Mama,
my
don't throw her from the train.
We
But
were kind of going on Rolling Away, which was a thing. I mean, that's a good guitar in song, you know. So if you want to throw one up there, because I kind of know what my mom's going to ask for, and it's probably another song I haven't done in forever, and I think Rolling Away would be a good one to kind of break the ice for a little while.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
well,
pressure
you
on
can-
Mom. Have Mom take her time deciding on what, but there'll be over the month, there'll be a couple 100,000 listeners to this. So take your time, Mom. No pressure. Come
Yeah, I
on.
knew she was coming at me with that
it
one.
says whatever you want, my God song. But I think she meant to say my God son.
No, that's
No?
the God song.
Oh.
So yeah, so I don't write a lot of. I'm gonna try to get through this because Mom asked for it. All
She
right.
said, I will.
I don't even.
Is it gospel?
I won't call it gospel. So basically what happened was there was a family friend of ours who was a priest growing up, and we kind of
Said
reconnected. Yes, mother. And we kind of reconnected years later. And while we were talking, it came to my attention that he had pancreatic cancer. And he was struggling with that. And he was in the fight for a while. And I thought to myself, man, it would be a cool idea to go home and pray, you know, but I'm not what you call the most church going kind of guy. So I got home and I realized, like, man, I don't know I don't know a lot of the words to these prayers. I should probably know. So I thought, well, how would somebody talk to God if they didn't know how to pray? And so I wrote this. And again, I mean, people are asking for stuff I don't play often. So I'm going to try to get through it for you.
I have one for you if you can't, Dan, that we can do for your mom.
God. Never been the kind to pray or to ask for help from above. Lately I've been falling to my knees, asking God, won't you take my hand, forget what I have done. Ask no questions, but forgive me, please. To see I've broken hearts and lied on end, I let you down. Lived a life that's full of goodwill and sin. I used your name in vain, I blamed you for pain, cursed you in the dark. All because I didn't get my way. Good night, God. What's a man supposed to do when his faith is torn apart? All that's left is good and gone. Try to reach for your hand at times, but I never get it right. I try to pray, but somehow lose the fight. You see, I've broken hearts and lied on end, I let you down. Lived a life that's full of goodwill and sin. I used your name in vain and blamed you for pain, cursed you in the dark. All because I didn't get my way. Good night, God. 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 Something like that.
You did a great job there, Dan. Great job. Yes. You got one that's beautiful, 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 and emotional. That's Good Night, God, that song that you just sang there. So I know what you were trying to say. So a little out of your comfort zone is what you were trying to say, like that. You could do it. You just, it's not your go-to.
Yeah, I mean, and just lyrically, I kind of, there's some songs you just kind of write that I love you too, Mom.
She says, thank you, love you. So there, that it was all meant just for that, just for Mrs. Hickman. There you are.
Well, she came to Nashville to watch me play. Her and my Uncle Joe and my Aunt Judy. And they came out, and I played at a place called Fox and Lock out there. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Trey. And you know, their Thursday night open is like no other. You know, you could get like 100, 200 people in that room. And I did that song kind of like simple, pretty close to after I wrote it, so I kind of had it nailed down. And it was great because the room was absolutely quiet. And my mom was just like, that was the first time she'd see me play. Or first or second time down here she'd see me play, so it was just really kind of a cool moment, you know, like in a room of all those people to just sit and listen. So it was pretty cool. But I don't play it a lot, so like lyrically I'll forget though, you know, like, you know how it is, like if you don't play a song a ton, it's like, oh man. So
what was that word? What was it?
Yeah, so I apologize.
No, it was great. We love it. And I really love it because we got it in there for Joan. So That means the world right there. It was every bit of our time right here is perfect just for that moment, in my own humble heart and opinion. So through life, I can tell you, life's trials and tribulations, that little moment, you'll remember it forever. I know she will.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we had that moment just now with you, Dan, and your mama. So
Absolutely.
love you, Mama. Good night. Yep. Dan, so going over here, I do have Rolling Away, which is where you were wanting me to go steer towards. You want me to let's grab Rolling Away. And is this a song that is just that you wrote?
So yeah, I wrote it myself. My brother's on the drums. And like I said, it was just a fun guitar and song. I was kind of in a Mark Knopfler phase when I wrote it, which I still am in that phase, but just kind of vibe wise. And so that's where it came from.
Anything to say about that, UncleRyano?
I know Mark Knopfler stuff well. I worked with a bunch of his rhythm section. As a matter of fact, his whole rhythm section and I used to work together a lot. So you picked a good one to channel.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Channel him. Here we go. It is called Rolling Away. And we've got Dan on tonight, Dan Corio, and it's dancoriomusic.com. You can also go check him out on Instagram. We'll fill you in about our Spotify and what we have going. Here is Rolling Away by Dan Corio. And his brother is on drums.
think that I do. What were you thinking when you told me those lies? Saying goodbye's harder through a broken smile. Did you think that you knew me so well? Or maybe thought I was somebody else? Did you think that I was so cruel when all I wanted to do was love you? Oh, oh, oh.
That is Dan Corio. And to remind me of your brother's name again, your brother on drum.
Sean
What
Corio.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Sean Corio.
Sean. Okay. So Sean threw me off there. Like I was literally paying attention to you and then paying attention to him on drums, where you typically I thought he was going to go back to something. He throws in an extra kick, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's he doing there? So very interesting. So I like it. I love that song actually. I like the groove. I like that. I was like laser focused on it. So I loved it. And I know that you saw your message I brought up from Mrs. Hickman. I brought that up for you. So UncleRyano, that song, does it give you that feeling you were talking about?
I was back on the West Coast. I was rolling outside of LA. I saw the neon on the windshield. The windows were down. I jumped on Santa Monica Freeway. I'm just telling you, that was so LA to me, that song, the vibe. Yeah, from Malibu to Ventura County. I mean, I was digging the crap out of it.
Thanks.
And that one might be. I used to like the rain. I used to love the rain. I love that one. They're totally different, children. But I have a tendency to lean towards that one a little harder, I think. I love the production. Y'all nailed it on that one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Dan, I can tell you right now the numbers doubled in playing that song.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They'll do that.
What just happened? Yeah,
they'll do that. Yeah, they'll do that.
That is one that got attention. So that is rolling away. That is with Dan. He's on tonight. Dan Corio there, and his brother Sean is on drums there, and he is at dancoriomusic.com if you want to go to his website. And then on Instagram you can find him as well, Dan Corio. He's very easy to find, actually. You've got it under there as official on and your logo as well. It's easy to find you on Instagram. For our tribe at Two Step Tribe, you can go right now to patriotsinsidethewire.com to see this. But we have the stations we work with. Uncle Ron, I'll let you get into it on what we do with in our membership of Two Step Tribe and what we end up doing with artists and deciding, do we let you in or do we not?
Well, you've got to be the humanities even more important than the talent. And of course, the talent is what brings you to the party, but your humanity is what brings you in the tribe. And so that's really kind of where we're at with this. We're building a culture. We're building an ecosystem. And it's not just musicians and creatives like that. It's also first responders. It's also veterans. It's people of every walk of life who are tribe. Ton in the entertainment industry, from producers and writers and composers to marketing people to radio people. And it extends right now. It goes from Los Angeles, California, to the UK. And it goes all up through where you're at, all up into Maine and down through DC and over to Chicago. I mean, it's all of the U.S. It goes up into Canada. So Tribe is very large, and it's all made up of creatives and Grammys, multi Grammy award winners are all in Tribe. It's pretty powerful. And we're putting you guys, we started about a month ago, a little over a month ago, we started an official Spotify Two Step Tribe playlist, and you will be added to it this evening. As soon as we're done with the show, you'll be going on it. And we encourage everyone to look up the Two Step Tribe playlist and save it. Save that playlist, share it with people, because it's all the artists who come on this show. It's everyone. And as we lift up each other, there's something on there for everyone, but I'd be willing to bet there's stuff on there for most of everyone. Yeah. So it's amazing. It's some of the best we've got in the world right now are these indie artists that some are already well known, some are on their way, and some just never got the shot. So collectively, we're pulling them up into the sunshine.
And the good news is our playlist that we have is being grabbed by the radio stations we work with, and it's being put in rotation. So your music is not just sitting there on Spotify, but in this digital era that we have for music, and the way that things work nowadays, you do need to go out there and you need to click and add that music to a playlist, a show, just like we are a show and we're bringing you music. The way that you support nowadays is by taking that, moving it digitally by saying, yes, I like that, and I will listen to that later. And even if you're not going to listen to it, you still have helped by taking it and moving it over to be something that you would listen to. So at the very
You
least,
save it.
yeah, you save it. So we encourage you at the very least to do at least that. And that's one way that you can help your artists and what's going on nowadays in the radio network artist world. So for all of us right here, right now, that's one way that everybody could help each other, is by doing that, not only for the show, but for Dan himself as an artist as well. So we encourage you to do that. But our actual playlist that we have, if we've added you, there is a station connected to others. I don't like to call out one over the other, but they literally, this goes in rotation. So when we say it actually gets pulled into radio, it really does. So I know there's a lot of
many stations through the
Yes.
syndication. And
Mhm.
so we currently have over 18 hours, creeping up on 19 hours of music on that one playlist. So yeah, it's pretty badass.
This is Ty. He's part of my family too. The Washington State Freedom Runner. He's active duty right now. He really liked that song, and he says, "Thank you for your service." And Ty, you were saying, "Thank you for your service."
Back at you, Ty. Thank you.
So this is your aunt, then, maybe, Dan.
Yeah.
New Jersey Aunt Cat. Okay, loves the Corio brothers. All right, we got New Jersey in the house too. All right, we're having fun tonight.
We're gonna have to pull in Manny Cabo if we got everybody in from Jersey. We'll have to pull in Manny Cabo. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on. He's there. You got to go to Two Step Tribe on YouTube. You can find his episode as well. He'll be back on.
He's tribe all the way, baby.
Yeah, he's there. So Dan, I've got Hold On in here. What is the deal with? I've got Hold On, and then I have an instrumental from you, actually.
Instrumental. And you got the wrong one then.
So I only have what you send me.
I sent you the wrong one then. But no, Hold On is a good one, actually, because it kind of coincides with, it was an earlier song I actually wrote. So a big part of what I do right now is bringing awareness to mental health awareness, all that kind of stuff, because throughout my time on the job, obviously responding to people that were in a mental health crisis, but then also over the years, losing a lot of people that I worked with to that fight. So I really try to encourage people to get the help that they need before it gets to a point where you feel like it's just too late. And I know that's easier said than done. I never claim to have the answers. I just try to bring awareness to the cause. And so Hold On, I wrote for anybody that was in that kind of fight, in that battle, and just as something that was encouraging for them to just hold on, just that next minute, that next day, that next whatever, and reach out, because there's no shame at all in struggling and suffering. And I just think that I always say it at my shows when I do the song, but you'll feel a lot better about picking somebody up than you will if you kick them when they're down. So Hold On is a song that's meant to be uplifting for that. So yeah, we can roll with that.
Yeah, and I usually would say, don't try to get a hold of me for a funeral, but you can always call me to talk. You can always call me to get with, or call 988. I can tell you, life is not perfect for everyone. If they tell you it is, then they're telling a lie. But I don't have, I just had my kiddo's birthday, so there's triggers, right?
Sure.
And it's managing, how do we deal with that stress? So there are triggers for all of us in life. And so dealing with those, sometimes it sneaks up on you, and you just have to figure out ways to do that. My therapeutic way is in music, and therapeutically writing 25 songs in one day.
Yeah.
So that works.
I think people, not to cut you off, Trey, I think the other thing that people get caught up in is so many people are afraid to talk about it. So, they might be struggling with these feelings and they think, man, no one cares. No one wants to be bothered. And then that builds. And then something else builds, and another negative thought. And the thing is that if we can remind people that there are people that care, whether it's family, friends, a support system. And it's tough on first responders, because there's really, there's so much stress that comes from the outside world, but also from the inside world. There's a lot of times your own job is kind of coming at you. And a lot of these guys and girls are struggling with things that, you know, are at home. They may be going through a divorce they don't want to talk about. And then if they call in and they say that they're struggling, there's repercussions to that, you know, as far as, you know, they may have to get psyched into different things. There's and
Evaluations.
people don't want that. Yeah. So it's really a difficult spot for our first responders to be in. So I think my cause is just, I want people to talk about it. I want people to talk when they're suffering. And if we can get through it like that, then that's how we get through it. You know, we get through it together. That's it.
That's right. I like this. And it's called Hold On. And this is a song that you've written that we're going to play here from Dan Corio in the house tonight. And I got your aunt and mom and all of them shouting Jersey, Jersey, literally in the comments. So Jersey is in the house tonight saying, Hold On by Dan Corio. And I'm telling you, hold on to life. Always might get you for a minute, but won't keep you down. So keep holding on. Here's Hold On with Dan Corio.
Standing there, hurting all alone, scared of reaching out. No, don't let go. It's like an endless maze, this life we're living. Answers in a haze, feels like you just can't wait. Say you're alright, but I don't think that is true. Broken pieces don't define the heart that's you. Kinda sad that no matter how hard we try, only truth in life is that we'll live and we'll die. Hold on and don't let go. I know you've got the strength to show. This world, what you're made of. Hold on, don't never let go. Been down some dark roads, I know all those feelings. Happiness gets hard and pain is appealing. Getting way down with the roads you can follow. Choose wisely and my friend, avoid the sorrow. Hold on and don't let go. I know you've got the strength to show. This world, what you're made of. Hold on, ever let go. Sometimes it seems you're the only one who feels like this. Roads are rough on the gravel you call bliss.
love that song, actually, Dan. So hold on, by DanCorioMusic.com. Hold on, the song. I was able to go grab a couple of pictures. I don't have any of you from then serving anything first responders. So I grabbed a few of some people we have in here. So if anybody wants to see that, you can go to YouTube at Two Step Tribe and see what we were doing. So I was able to pull up some, and the other active duty individual was popping in and out of here, and their dad is saying, "Hi, son." So a lot of neat things going on in here tonight on Two Step Tribe, literally. Pretty interesting. One of those actually was my son, and that's what happened is they noticed that and they went, "Wait." So love the song, Dan. I actually love it. But you did do something there, UncleRyano. He did what I didn't even do mine on purpose. It's an accident. I just write and don't even know what's going to come out of me. When Whisper to Jesus, kind of like his mom wanted a song earlier, and I was thinking that would be his mama's song. When I kind of like go blank and then I come back in, that's what he just did on Hold On.
Yeah,
So,
he did that. That song, when you're going through a rough patch, that's just a reminder that you're working on a higher purpose. You don't have dreams, you have a calling. And we just had this discussion the other day, and maybe on another show, but people don't understand that this is a hard way to make an easy living. You're going to spend a bunch out of your pocket, have everybody and their brother tell you you're not good enough. And then when everyone else is saying you're great, then the people often closest to you start to believe. And so, yeah, luckily, it sounds like you have a really good support system and some beautiful, amazing, rock solid folks in your corner, and God bless them for that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people out there who've served and have been through, not just through service, but a lot of people just go to that place where it's not dark. There's just a lack of light. Mm-hmm. And that's what to me, this is speaking about. Your song, it tells them to hold on, because we're going to get to the other side. Everything is temporary, including us. So, this feeling is going to pass.
Yeah. Well said. Absolutely.
Well, we love this. And you have someone here, Dan Corio. You're killing it. Thanks for sharing your story. So I have a feeling that might be someone up in the New Jersey way again, right?
Down here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they've all got the same, just initials with the colors.
Yeah.
See a picture, literally. So, interestingly enough, your family actually does. So, but that is someone actually down there. So, yes, you're killing it, and it's someone there. It's Christine. Yeah. So that's Ty. I had brought up during your song, Hold On. He's serving active duty. So there's another individual in here that has control over some of this, and just brought that up because Ty is on active duty right now and snuck out of where he's supposed to be to come listen to your song. And so they were communicating back and forth. So
thank you,
I was just reading that. So shout out to you, Ty, for what you're doing too. So he loves your music. So
thank you. Thank you.
So hold on, everybody. I love that song, and it needs to be on a shirt, but more importantly, it needs to be in our heart with people. And so, Dan, tell me where you're going, where you're playing, what you got coming up for someone that may want to look into. They look at your website or pay attention to Instagram.
Yeah, I got a bunch of writers rounds coming up here in town, which I post about all the time. We have a show August 15th, a full band show at the local here in Nashville. And that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a barn burner. Okay. It's at 5 p.m. And it's going to be 45-minute showcase. And but it's a great venue, great people, just good, solid, it's going to be a good show. We're going to put on a good one for you guys. So nice. Yeah, that'll be a good, and I'm just going to double check that date because but yeah, August 15th, we're going to be there. Okay. And then we got some stuff.
Where is it at? August 15th?
The local here in Nashville.
All right. And, so your website, DanCorioMusic.com, is where they need to pay attention and find where you're going to be. And then you keep it updated on Instagram as well. Yeah. So that they can see you. So if you're playing in August there, if they check out your website, you'll be able to see where you're at. So
Yeah, I would say Instagram would be a better one because I'm playing frequently, pretty much every night at writers' rounds and stuff like that. So if they go to Instagram, that's probably a better one because I'll post about the rounds that I'm doing. I don't typically put those on the website because it's a lot of information, but Instagram's a good one to kind of keep up with kind of what we're doing.
The musicians there now, UncleRyano, that I am connected to are all either first responders or veterans, or old school musicians who've been in the industry for a very, very long time. I don't have an in between except for in tribe, what we have. So it'd be one extreme to the other. So when I come into town, I will definitely connect with you, see where you're at. You're not far from where I am. We discussed that. So you're not that far from where I'm at. We'll have to figure that out. I'd love to see UncleRyano in Nashville. That's for sure.
Yes.
It turns into a thing the minute I come into Davidson County. It's a thing.
I know Davidson County. That's exactly where Two Step was born. Yep.
True story. I ate at the governor's house. I know what I'm talking about. It get crazy.
Yep. Davidson County. That is where Two Step was born. So I know it very, very well. That is where I grew up. So I am being asked, who's everyone in your band? So I do know that your brother is on the drums and you're in Nashville right now. So how's that working for you?
Yeah, so we'll basically use who we can get outside. Sean and I are the constants, you know. If I'm not doing like a solo show somewhere or anything like that, Sean will be the drummer. And as far as bass, we had for most of the shows up north, we were using an old family friend, Martin. And we down here, it'll basically be whoever we could get that's available. Like I know a bunch of guys down here that are just monster players. So, you know, we'll just available and have them jump in on it, you know? So yeah, as far as that's where we're at.
I like it. I like it in here. So we've played your songs. I won't hit the instrumental one since you didn't mean to send me an instrumental song. I take what's given to me literally, and then I upload it, and I've loved every bit of it. So UncleRyano, with Dan here, do you want him to hear the whisper one for his mama there, or what do you want to do?
Well, I think I want to make the show all about Dan tonight and his beautiful, incredible family. We want to thank all the Corio tribe for popping in and joining the tribe. If we got one of you, we got all of you. That's how that works, baby.
Love
it. Welcome home and welcome to the tribe officially. You make us better because you're part of it.
Thank you.
So
You got it.
I think right now we're coming up on a hard stop where we're going to be closing shortly, but real quick, in about 2 minutes, tell us really quick, what is it? Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months?
Just keep growing, keep learning. I just want to keep getting better as an artist and as a musician and everything like that, to be honest, man. I want to play as big as I can as far as venues and do the stuff that everybody else wants to do. But truthfully, I just want to be remembered for what I write and just write really great stuff that communicates and connects. So I just hope over the next 6 months, more people come out and are just like, hey, man, that song, I felt it. It lifted me. It did this. It connected. That to me is the goal, period.
If you do the second part of that, the first part of that just shows up on its own.
Yeah. True story.
Given. It is a given. So tonight on Two Step Tribe, you have been on for the full 2 hours that we are on air for a station that we get to carry and put our artists out there and get their music played. So I don't know if you felt like it, but we have hit the 2 hour mark. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it didn't feel like I was like, this is going on. I need to get out of here. I thoroughly enjoyed being on here with you, and I could tell just in your music, in your spirit, and in your heart. It's just all over you. So a lot of kindness. And I'm grateful for someone like you who has been out there and, you know, decided to be in the New York Police Department, scuba diving, all that you were doing there, and then now enjoying the music and then spreading the message. So
thank you guys so much for having me and being so just welcoming and everything like that. UncleRyano, especially meeting you down there. Like I said, everybody down there has been so welcoming and everything. You guys are a blessing. So thank you guys very much for.
Most definitely. And the way it works on Two Step Tribe, now you have to grab 4 to 5 other artists that we want to fill our airtime up. So we get artists on air in their music. You give them a text and say, here's her number, put the word tribe in there. Let's fill up the airwaves with your music. So grab others. I trust you. You can give them my number, and that's how it works. Literally comes right in the
be
phone.
solid. They got to be solid in here.
I got you.
Yeah, just let's not put my number up on a bunch of message boards, but definitely.
I was gonna throw it up on. You sure you didn't want it out there?
Well, last night actually, one of the ladies.
Yeah, there's a farm. I read about a farming website. They got a new farming website. It's called Corn Hub. Yeah, we're gonna put it up on that one. Yeah. What they said, I'm just going by what they said.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. They wasn't even a music show. Last night was totally different. And literally they were asking for my number and I went to put it up, just scrolling right there, trusted everything. Because I was sitting there talking to attorneys. I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing, woman? No, I trust you. So anybody that's ever been on, and then they've turned around and they've grabbed 5 artists, literally, it's always been great. There's never been an issue. So yes, spread that number. You've got it in your phone, Dan, and let's get the airways filled up with more of the tribe and people you come into contact with to get the music out. And let's get you back on as well. We'll get you back in and you'll see what happens on a Tuesday show as well. So we have a whole different setup there for Tuesdays.
Every 90 days, you coming back to see us and you're bringing what's been happening.
Cool. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
We appreciate what you're doing, young man. We're proud of you. Proud to have you with us.
Thank you.
I don't know what this one means. It says Sharpie in the bathroom. Don't know what that means, y'all.
We could go 2 ways with it, and both of us will get us kicked out of Sunday school. So.
And then I do like this one. I love her super next little show. Yes, thank you. I love that one. And I don't know about the Sharpie in the bathroom, but and I don't know what vendor is, but y'all don't need to let me know either. So I'm really okay with not knowing. How's that?
Okay.
And the Zamboni.
Well, one of them smooths some ice, and the other one tends to break it. So there you go.
Yeah. Yes, I knew about the machine. All right, we're gonna end this because going back down that rabbit hole. So here we are on Two Step Tribe, closing out for you with Dan Corio from Two Step Tribe with UncleRyano. Keep tuning in. See what we have coming for you with the foundation, with artists and events coming up your way. Thank you for tuning in to Two Step Tribe.
This has been a Patriots Inside the Wire production. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Two Step Tribe, where you, the viewer, are always the rock star of this show. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We cannot do this without you. Your uncle says so, and you are loved and appreciated. Sergeant Two Step, sign us out. Let's load up.